Let's explore wild wonders at the San Diego Zoo.
Kids, have you ever wondered what it's like to take care of baby animals? I'm here at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park at their Animal Care Center, and we're gonna hang out with keeper Lissa, and she's gonna tell us all about her fun job.
Oh, hey, Lauren. We're so excited to have you join us here at the nursery at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park. We have tons of babies to feed.
Nutritious formula? Check. A warm bottle? Check. And breakfast is served.
When the animal takes the bottle, it's very, very rewarding. Sometimes we work days to get a baby to nurse.
I'm here with Bambi's friend. Yep, that's his name, and he's a Bactrian wapiti cat. He'll gulp down his meal in less than a minute.
Sometimes those animals are so hungry and nurse so hard, you have to really hold on tight to that nipple to make sure they don't run away with the bottle.
Nursery keepers are experiencing a baby boom with more calves than usual from multiple species whose moms didn't care for them. So, keepers have their hands full.
This job never gets old. It's always cute.
Cute and unpredictable. A Somerang's gazelle named Rudolph won't take his bottle, but he needs to eat, so keepers will keep trying. And then there's Steve. He's trying to hide, a natural Steenbok behavior. Just pretend like you can't see him. The others, well, they aren't so shy.
The special part of being a nursery keeper is we get to be very hands-on. And we get the cuddles and the kisses and all the fun stuff from the animals.
By building a loving relationship with the calves, keepers gain their trust, which will help in the future if they need any special attention.
So in captivity, a lot of times there's different procedures that we need to do, draw blood, give injections, hoof trims.
Every pat and hug builds this relationship. But one tough thing about being a nursery keeper...
Oh, today I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes they're needed around the clock.
Holidays. I have spent many Christmases here overnight taking care of babies.
It took 20 minutes, but keeper Ian is finally getting Rudolph to eat. As for Steve, he still thinks he's hiding. And playtime for Bambi's friend.
Oh, that was funny. You never know what behaviors you're gonna see out there, so it always makes it exciting.
Really, who wouldn't want this job? Of course, the keepers have to clean up after the animals. In order for them to have a clean home, yards are raked several times each day.
Oh, this job is a great job if you love to be outside and working with animals and all of the rewarding experiences.
Hi, my name is Liz. I am an animal keeper here at the San Diego Zoo. Here at the San Diego Zoo, we had 4 meerkat pups born. Mom, Debbie, went underground for about a day, which is our indicator that she is giving birth. And then within the next week, we were able to see all 4 pups. Mom did bring them up a little bit early. Just the next day we saw one. Normally they would take over a week to bring them up, but we do have some eager older siblings who wanted to show them off a little bit. Within a meerkat meerkat mob, you have one female and one male that are in charge, and those are the only pair that breed, but the rest of the family helps to care for those pups. So we have mom and dad, and then mostly siblings in this group, older siblings, who take care of the pups. Meerkats love to play. They are very social animals, so they spend all day playing with each other, and that includes wrestling, chasing each other. Their favorite pastime is digging, though. You see all these holes? They love to dig. They also love to nap. Once they've spent hours playing, it's time for a nap, and the whole group will pile in together and take a long nap.
Today at the San Diego Zoo, we were working on some basic target training with one of our critically endangered lizards, Endangered rock iguana. Target training is very important for a couple main reasons. One is enrichment. This is very mentally stimulating for the animal. It's encouraging natural behaviors like foraging, climbing on the rocks. It's very good exercise. It also makes it ease of management for the animal as well too, whether we're doing a veterinary procedure or shifting the animal. He's doing this on his own free will, completely stress-free. Target. For the target, we'll typically use a brightly colored object. These guys in the wild will typically eat fruits and flowers, and that's almost kind of like candy to them. So they're going to be attracted to that. So that's why for our target, we're going to use, I use a red object. This is kind of going to get him excited and think he's getting a flower. And as soon as he touches that target, I'm going to give him a reward like a sweet potato or maybe a grape. Good boy. When you're first target training an animal and you finally see him starting to learn the behavior, it's super rewarding and it's amazing. You can see him actually connecting with you and actually learning the behavior, so it's really exciting.
We're here today at the world-famous San Diego Zoo's Orchid collection to take a look at some of nature's most exotic flowers. The zoo's orchid collection is diverse. It includes 189 of approximately 880 recognized genera. It includes 750 of the estimated 35,000 known in the wild species. Mimicry is important to pollination in orchids, and all orchid flowers have evolved to attract the pollinator while maintaining the same basic floral structure: 3 sepals, 3 petals, and a central column. Chlorophyllus scheideii has a putrid smell and a white fringe that imitates maggots. This flower is very attractive to flies. They find it to be the perfect spot to lay their eggs. Poroglossum muscosum is not a carnivorous plant, but an opportunist. When the pollinator lands on the lip, it pulls the insect inside the flower and holds it captive until the pollinator is covered in pollen, and then it releases it. Microcelia stoltzii is a leafless orchid, and the ability to make food, photosynthesis, is carried on by the roots. All orchids have a very unique root system. The roots are covered with a substance called vellum. The vellum acts like a sponge and quickly absorbs water.
Have you ever heard of a wampus cat, or catamount, or ghost cat? How about puma or cougar? Well, these are all names for a mountain lion. You might be asking, why are there so many names for only one animal? Well, the reason is simple. These guys actually live all the way at the top of North America in Canada, all the way down to South America in Argentina. And so over the course of time, people have come up with a lot of different names for the same animal. Mountain lions are a large cat of solid tawny color. On the top, they have darker fur. On the bottom, much lighter. And the newborn cubs actually have a spotted coat. Here at San Diego Zoo, we actually have two mountain lions, Koya and Kima. Both of these cats were actually orphaned at a young age in the wild, where they wouldn't have been able to take care of themselves. Now, male mountain lions are generally larger than female mountain lions, and that is the case here, with our large male Kima being about 130 pounds, about 30 pounds heavier than our female Koya. Mountain lions are extremely versatile animals, and they're able to survive in a number of different environments, be it prairies, grasslands, forests, deserts, and swamps. And even here in San Diego County, just east of us and north of us in the mountains, we have a healthy population of mountain lions as well, which is very important in helping keep our mule deer population under control. Here at the zoo, our mountain lions eat a ground meat diet that's made especially for them. And we give it to them in a number of ways. For instance, many times our keepers go out into the exhibit and hide these meatballs throughout the enclosure. And that way we let out the lions, and they actually use their extremely keen sense of smell to try to find those meatballs that are hidden throughout the environment. Most people will actually never even see a mountain lion. But if you're out hiking in an area where they do live, there's a couple things to help you be a little bit safer. First of all, always hike with a buddy. Second of all, have a conversation, sing a song, make some noise when you're out on the trail. Mountain lions by nature are very secretive and very shy. If you want to make sure that you do see a mountain lion, it's easy. Just come here to the San Diego Zoo.
Today at Shiley's Cheetah Run, we had Ruxa and his dog Raina running. We're so proud of those two for making it down to our event. Due to some physical challenges, we never thought the day would come that Ruxa would be running. Ruxa was diagnosed with a genetic condition that affects the growth of his front limbs. When Ruxa was just a few months old, we could see that his legs had a different bowing shape to them. And so the veterinarians got involved, we took some x-rays, we looked at the legs, and we could see that he had what we call valgus abnormality, or an abnormal growth to his front limbs. The veterinarians intervened, they did a surgery to help correct the positioning of his legs and help him to have the more normal, straight physical cheetah legs that they're supposed to have. What the experts could tell us, since they had never seen a cheetah with the condition that Ruxa was faced with, they didn't know how it was going to turn out. And our veterinarians are very much pro-patient. So we want the patient to determine what they can and can't do. So we were just kind of watching for what the physical signs were from Ruxa. Was he going to want to walk? Raina was right by Ruxa's side for the entire thing. She really helped him through it. His recovery was very fast. They were afraid that Ruxa and Raina weren't going to be able to socialize for a few weeks because we wanted to be very cautious with his healing legs. We couldn't keep Raina away from Ruxa or Ruxa away from Raina. They were apart for 15 minutes. She was always very cautious of his bandaged legs. She never played with them. They look like puppy toys. She never engaged in playing with those. She was always very cautious around him. And again, really ended up stimulating his recovery and making him more comfortable. The point of bonding them from this very young age was that they would have a relationship that would be more like siblings than like friends. That they would have had each other in their lives from their earliest memories and be that bonded. It has worked exactly as we dreamed it would. The two are our most closely bonded pair that we have. And with Rooks's physical challenges, it's been wonderful that he's had such a close relationship with Raina to help him through his medical recovery. Today, he's a happy, healthy, very active cheetah with no limitations.
Folks, our cheetah today is going to be running down this track in a straight line, chasing one of its favorite prey items.
Not only is Rooksa not at full speed yet because he's only a year and a half old, he's not full size yet either. So we anticipate that he'll continue to grow even well into his second year of life. A big thing for Rooksa, his name is Somali and it means spirit. And this little cheetah cub has definitely shown to have great spirit and great heart in everything that he does. There hasn't been any challenge that Rooksa hasn't met, even surpassed any goals we had for him as his training staff. He loves to walk around the village, he loves to meet people, he's traveled to spread the message of conservation for us, and now he's even come down to the cheetah run and he's a fantastic runner. We continue to be inspired by this cat every single day, and his spirit really is something that we all admire.
My name is Kelly and we're here at the San Diego Zoo and we're here talking about Kenny, our coconut crab. Kenny is the largest land crab in the world. They're found in the Indian and Western Pacific Islands. They're a tropical crab. They spend all their adult life on the land. They actually start off in the ocean and then they find their way onto the land where you actually can see them burrowing. They're called coconut crabs because they are seen eating coconuts. They can climb trees very, very well. And they usually bump them and drop them down to the ground to where they'll break open pretty easily for them. They can live about 60 years, which is pretty long for an invertebrate, and they can weigh up to about 6 pounds. So he'll get a little bit bigger than what you see now. Coconut crabs are crustaceans, close relatives of other crabs and things like lobsters. They have 10 pair of legs, 2 claws, and 2 pairs of antennae. They're related also to insects and spiders, but of course, in a totally different way. They do spend a lot of their time in burrows during the day, and they'll come out and forage at night.
Today we did a processing on our new baby giraffe born yesterday here at the San Diego Zoo. She weighs 136 pounds. Everything looks great. We draw blood to make sure that we have some nursing happening. We make sure that she has some antibiotics on board. We weigh her. We find out how tall she is.
6 feet.
We look at all of the important eyes, ears, nose, and throat, and everything went great. Having a new baby giraffe at the San Diego Zoo is always exciting because it's not just exciting for us, but our guests get to experience it as well. The fortunate thing for us is the giraffe and her baby are always on exhibit. She will be let out of her maternity yard when we're comfortable that everything is progressing as usual, which was the reason for the processing today. Baby giraffe are typically about 6 feet tall. They fall that far when they're born, and when they're standing, they reach about 6 feet tall.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time on Wild Wonders at the San Diego Zoo.